So hello, everybody. Currently, I'm attending the conference for RWTH, which is a university I've been studying at, and I'm working now there in a research project for the next 2.5 years. But the presentation, the lightning talk I'm giving is about something I did with BitPlan. So I hope you see my screen now, and it should show you push your wikifarm pages with encrypted credential handling. Does it work?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
So what I wanted to do, I need to get the cursor over there. So the MediaWiki API allows you to manipulate your wikis. Most of you already know that. Here are some links, and if you go on the Lightning page, talk page, you can simply click on my presentation and follow up on what I'm showing here. There are different implementations in different languages, and people who know me know that I've been using Java for many years, and recently I started using Python. So I was interested in getting things to work with both environments. Some of you have already seen my Dragtop UI. So this is a project I've been doing, and I think I showed that in Regensburg already. This is a way to do user interface handling. First thing you do is you enter your data. In this case, I'm adding a PowerPoint presentation. And the second thing you do is that you add a script, and then the whole show should start by itself and do an automatic extraction of slides. So here you see the output. And this is now just standard HTML. The reason I showed this was to show the UI approach, that a simple drag and drop can be your UI, which would be nice. But there's one point that you will run into trouble. That is the credential handling. Mostly to do anything in your wiki automatically, you'll have to enter your username and password. And you need some way to make that available, and hopefully in an encrypted way. The MediaWiki JP, the Java version, used to do this in a pretty awkward way. We changed that a few days ago to make the calling of that available via the command line. So here you've got an example how you can set things up and test your wikis in your farm. There is a credential mode, and this would be like your command to set up a new password. You see it says ** here where your password is. So you give all the information about your wiki, and that is stored in an ini file. And unfortunately, that's not compatible with what Pywikibot does. Pywikibot does it differently to make that compatible. I tried things out first on the Java side and then decided I want to do the same thing on the Wikibot side. So here is a use case for the whole thing. We've got a test page on Wikipedia, and we want to push that from test1.wikipedia to test2.wikipedia. So by the command line, you could do it like this. And the end goal would be to integrate that, for instance, with the Dragtop and say, I want to do certain things, I'm simply dragging, for instance, pictures or other stuff into the Dragtop, and it would put it from one wiki to another. Our current use case is for getting data from one wiki to another, including all the pictures. The push extension of Jerome used to be able to do that. Well, we had some trouble in the past to get that working. So here you see a page where we have all our training structure in our master wiki, master.bitplan.com. And we want to push that to a test wiki, test2, and that can be done with a simple command line. You simply do this, and it will push, the whole page, including all the pictures in it. The issue is, if you want to do that with a different API implementation like Pywikibot, things change and you would have to use a different format. You cannot use your ini file, and in Pywikibot, it's the normal way to do that is either to go by an OAuth extension, or by having plain text passwords in your files, which I don't like at all. So I did not want to include my password anywhere in clear text, and this feature is not used. To make that feasible, I had to create an additions. So you found that on the PP here. It's third party MediaWiki. It's just a small Pywikibot addition, which makes things simpler. So if you want to comment on that, simply click here on the chat. Let me know what you think about it. And if you use that, you can simply use Wikibot of WikiID something, and now you have two options. You can either use the Java MediaWiki JP, or you could use Pywikibot for accessing the same credential information. And the reason I'm showing this is that I would propose to get to some kind of standard way of doing that and making credential stores available for APIs, and that we could think about that. And maybe next time we meet in fall or in next EMWCon, come up with a solution that is better than what I'm doing right here, because my assumption is that others have the same problem. So this was it, what I wanted to show you about pushing pages, which is one use case, and how you can have your credentials be in a safely stored way to make sure that the user interaction is not harmed by having to enter your username and password.